everyone. Thank you all for coming. I'm really excited to be here. My name is Keren Yehiel. I'm a client development manager at Bidalgo. So for those of you who don't know us, Bidalgo is an ad creation automation platform that help developers scale their mobile apps to the top of the charts. And today I'm going to speak about another great love that we have, and this is creatives. And we see how crucial it is for your marketing activity. And we'll share with you some top tips and insight that will help you maximize your results on Facebook. So a bit about us. We've been around for the past 7 years now. As Kirill said, we are Facebook marketing partners, premier partners of Google, and in the last year we also partnered with Snapchat, Pinterest, and Apple Search Ads. In the last year, we released what we consider our marketing game changer, and this is the first AI technology that manages your activity end-to-end and achieves higher results than ever before. So before we begin, I'd like to first thank our clients. We really had an amazing privilege to work with some of the biggest developers in the world, and they allowed me to share here with you today some of the work and insight that we've done with them. So let's begin. I want you to remember how the newsfeed of a social casino consumer looks like. Social casino user plays more than just one app, which places him in the hunt of all the other casino developers. Everyone are after the same users. So when we're looking at this disruptive feed, we know we must stand out as much as we can to beat the competition. And creative now is our only key to do that, because currently it's the only thing that can differentiate us from our competitors. Anyone can think what this number means? So actually, only 21% of the viewers watch your video to its very end. That means that 80% of the viewers didn't even see your ad fully. And when we consider the next two facts, that the length of a social casino video is about 15 seconds, and that more than half the viewers drop your video after half of it, it ends up with only few seconds for us to deliver our message. Our message is, we are a casino app, download and play our game now. And that's direct response, and this is our top challenge. Act fast to get the users to respond fast. Creative is the first interaction we have with our potential users. Creative production costs a lot of money, so we really don't need to create long videos. But with the short ones that we do, we must make sure we deliver an accurate message, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So we gathered 7 key rules that really helped us to run campaigns and in our activity. So I'll hope you find them helpful as well. The first one, and as we saw, the few first seconds of the video are very crucial. And with these seconds, we want to achieve the thumb-stopping experience. Make the user curious of what we want to show them. And there are some techniques to do that, to draw that first attention, so let's touch a few. The first one is what we call discover the slot. Make a sense of revelation. So in this example of Caesar's Casino, we are entering a safe. And actually, this opening was very exciting because we weren't just walking there, we've been pulled there in high speed, just like an action movie. And what do you expect to see in the safe? A treasure, just like the machine itself, Zeus' fortune. The next technique to build expectation is to use the theme of the machine. And in this example of Quicket Slots, a title of scientific games, they use a strong IP they have, the Michael Jackson machine, which is a very known machine from real Vegas itself, from the floor machines. And the fact that it's also the most popular pop singer, of course, contributed to the popularity of the ad and catch the user's attention. And if we talked about Vegas, then why not showing simply Vegas? Vegas Downtown Slots, a classic casino title by Playtika, delivers us on the very first second a strong nostalgic feeling of the actual Vegas, the real hotel casinos. So all these beginnings were very short, not longer than 3 seconds top, but give us as users the desire to see more. The next one is pretty basic one in the direct response world, but surprisingly enough, not many developers emphasize it, and it's show a clear gameplay of your app. Users need to understand what they are going to get after the app has been downloaded. And in these examples, we can see right away the reel spinning and the multi-line. So we are able to quickly pass the message that we offer a casino app. Remember, we don't just want to show beautiful ads. We want the user to download our apps after the clicks. We're paying a lot of money for these clicks. So show your game, show the user what you expect to happen after the game has been downloaded. The next one is the fun part in the casino world and is actually in every gaming, but mostly in casino, and is celebrate the winning. Don't forget why people love casino. Because the thrill and excitement of winning, this is what we offer our users. So there are many assets and techniques to show the winning. We see coins falling from the top, huge bonuses, upside down to V-shape with flames all around it. So you have lots of assets to work with when it comes to the casino world, when it comes to the celebration of the winning uses. Okay, so over 1,000 apps, new apps are being released to different app stores every day. Social casino developers are born frequently. The competition is fierce, and in this competitive market, we must hold some unique features that will differentiate us from our competitors and show these unique characteristics in our ad. So let's see some examples. Huge Casino implemented social elements in their game that appeal more to younger audiences. Aided Fortune, a title by Scientific Game, that its uniqueness is in its beautiful design of Asian figures and background. And Pop Slots, Play Studios app, cooperates with the real casinos in Vegas, and they make sure to show us that in the ad. So here's an example for Bellagio Hotel. So if you have any kind of uniqueness in your game, show it in your app. Know your audience. So this is a very important one, and there are many aspects of what does it actually mean to know your audience. But the bottom line is that your users have so much background that if we show them something they can relate to or identify with, it will make them more interested in our game and our ads. So the first one is know their favorite machine. And this is the data you can easily pull from your CRM. Which machine actually makes the user play more or deposit? And the next step will be to take this machine, show it in your ad. And another level you can put for this process is think of if there is any specific machine that is more popular in a certain country. For example, we learned that Egyptian themes work usually better in European countries than in every place in the world. So you have this data available through your CRM, use it. The next thing is to use localized elements or influencers. So in this example of cricket slots, they wanted to penetrate to France to show their ads to the French people. So we saw the Eiffel Tower at the beginning, the flag, and at the end, the love for a good wine that we see. Using influencers is also a technique to penetrate the market, and this is how a huge casino used a viral influencer to penetrate the Asian market. Holidays are always great opportunity to engage with your users. On holiday, we have holidays environment all around us, so celebrate it with your users. You can even offer them a special promotion as a holiday present. Okay, so I want to take you back a bit to how the ad looks on the mobile screen. When we see our ad in the computer, it may seem to us like all the little details are very clear. But in fact, when we look at it in the mobile screen, suddenly all these details are not as noticeable. So we need to make sure we understand the real estate of the ad that we have. We're paying a lot of money to Facebook, to everywhere else for the opportunity to show our ad to the users. So maximize the use of the real estate that you have. And I want to show you two examples. This is by Scientific Games. This is a before and after. In this example, we can definitely see a showcase of your game. But in fact, when we're looking at it, there are many blank spaces in the background. And when we look at this ad in the mobile screen, the product itself, the reels, are not as noticeable. And this is the after. I'm sure you can see the difference. When we look at it in the mobile, there is much more emphasis on the product itself. It's more noticeable, it catches the eye, and eventually it works better. So we can use different ad formats to diversify the way we interact with our users. So let's see some examples of how we maximize the use in the real estate with different ad formats that we have. So with the square resolution, we can actually perfectly fit the reels to the entire screen, and it actually takes a bigger real estate in the news feed comparing to the horizontal resolution. You can also go creative with carousels. This is how Slotomania took their presenter, Lucy, and stretched her figure throughout the different cards, so the user needs to swipe the cards to see the whole picture. And notice how they also maximize the real estate and the reels taking hold the place the ad can offer them. The vertical example is by Murka for their game Scatter Hold'em, a poker game this time. And what we found out actually is that the vertical version enabled us to better present the poker table, which is also in vertical shape. And that actually contributed to the performance of the ad. So this is the last rule, and it's actually one of the most important ones. So we talked about great openings, and we talked about winning and showcasing your games and flames and any other rule. And then we want to start marketing our new app. And every week we launch new creative, we're starting testing them. But then comes this one video, and I'm sure everyone in the room can relate to the following scenario, that absolutely outperforms them all. And it's amazing. It absolutely explodes, and we are able to scale on it massively. We call it a creative hack. And at this point, we will be super happy, right? But then, few months later, this is still our best performing creative. And now it starts to fatigue. CTR is dropping, CPI is increasing, and as a result, we find ourselves scaling back down, and that's inevitable. The reason this is happening is because we just don't know why that creative worked so good. What was it about that video that made it perform so well? If we were able to answer this question of why, then we will be able to reproduce the success and achieve scale and stability. So, in order to answer the question of why, we need to break down the elements of our creative. And here is an example. And then we can analyze which creative was actually the winning part that made the creative work so good. So at Bidalgo, we use our creative dashboard that help us to do this on scale. This is a labeling mechanism that sorted your creative and tell you which creative work best than everyone else, but most importantly, what elements inside those creative made it work. And it's a machine learning technology that calculates more than 40 different variables like theme, like colors, etc. And this is how we can know what made the creative work, try to reproduce the success, and hopefully create the next winner video. But I want to show you how even without the technology, you can manage the similar process. All you need to do is use your metadata of your creative to put some labels on your creative. And let's take a look at this example. In this example, we broke down the metadata to these labels, type, length, colors, etc. The next step will be to create a naming convention template that will include all these labels, and in this case it can be something like that. Then we can break it down in a simple spreadsheet, analyze and conclude that, for example, the creatives with a red color usually work better all the time than other creative. And by that, effectively monitor your creative and able to develop and improve your creative production. So that is it. I hope you find it helpful. Let's wrap it up a bit. So at the first rule, we talked about the first seconds of the video, how crucial it is to draw that first attention. Then we talked about how important it is to showcase your product, celebrate the winning with all the casino assets that you have. The fourth rule was about emphasize your unique elements in your ads. Okay, if you have uniqueness that will differentiate you from your competitors, make sure to show it. Use your CRM data, know your audience, and there are many other aspects about knowing your audience. Maximize the real estate in different ad formats. And the last one, which we talked is the most important one, monitor your creatives effectively and know how to make the next generation of your winning creatives. So my main message here today was that creative is the first interaction we have with our potential users, and it has a major influence on everything that comes next. So invest the time and resources in it, as this is the key for successful user acquisition on Facebook. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Keren. That was really good. So you were talking about performance metrics, and CDR, CPI. So I'm wondering, does Bidalgo benchmark those against a sort of, because you have so many partners, do you benchmark them against averages or same kind of verticals and genres of games and come up with the sort of like a golden standard, and then we try to improve from that?
So basically, it's important to remember that every app, every developer has its own KPIs of what does it mean to measure success? What are the successful KPIs for them? And yeah, we can definitely tell what is the average CTR we can get, what does it mean, and what is the average CTR we can get on Android in certain countries or in iOS in other countries. And then it's our benchmark to measure our creative production, if it was good, if it wasn't performed that well.
But your AI that you just talked about, do you feed the data to the AI?
Yeah, so the AI also, our AI also calculates the elements inside the creatives, but also the results, basically, and just taking it all into consideration.
What about so I get the network side KPIs, but what about post-install, such as retention or LTV? Are you able to factor that in and have a performance by?
Definitely, and one of the most interesting things that we discovered that we have upper funnel KPIs. This is pre-install like CTR, CPI, conversion rate to install, and then there are a deeper funnel like payers rate, ROAS day 1, ROAS day 7, etc. And what we found out that in many cases, creatives that usually achieve higher results in the upper funnel KPIs don't usually perform, don't in fact perform in the deeper funnel KPIs, and the opposite way around. So it really depends what we want to achieve. If we want to achieve monetization and paying users, then of course our performance will focus on the deeper funnel KPIs, and we'll put less emphasis on the upper funnel because we can accept lower funnel KPIs with a winning creative that will get us a much high quality user.
All right, cool. Thank you very much, Keren.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.